Hello, in today's video, we shall learn in detail about phylum Mollusca. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding about the unique features of class Aplacophora, class Monoplacophora, class Polyplacophora, class Gastropoda, class Scaphopoda, class Pelecypoda, and about pearl formation. Let us begin with the characteristics of phylum Mollusca. Mollusks are soft-bodied, bilaterally symmetrical, sluggish invertebrates. They are triploblastic as they possess 3 germ layers. Mollusks exhibit organ system level of organization. The body is generally unsegmented and differentiated into anterior head, dorsal visceral mass, and a ventral foot. The anterior head bears several sense organs like eyes and tentacles. The visceral mass includes digestive, respiratory, nervous, excretory, and reproductive system. The muscular foot is for locomotion and anchorage and can be retracted or extended as and when required. The dorsal epidermis is a thin, fleshy envelope known as the mantle or pallium. It encloses the pallial cavity. Cavity of the mollusk body is hemocoel. Coelom is greatly reduced and is represented by the pericardial cavity and the gonadal cavity. Shelled mollusks secrete a chitinous and hard calcareous shell. Digestive system is well developed. A rasping organ called the radula is present in the buccal cavity. It has transverse rows of teeth which facilitate in feeding. Respiration is mainly by gills called ctenidia, but it may also take place by general body surface or lungs. Mollusks possess open circulatory system. The blood is blue in color due to the presence of the pigment hemocyanin. Excretion takes place with the help of paired metanephridia. Nervous system consists of a number of paired ganglia and nerves. The various sense organs are eyes, tentacles, osphradium to test the chemical nature of water, and statocysts to maintain body equilibrium. Sexes are usually separate in these invertebrates. Fertilization may be external or internal. Larval stages may be trochophore, villager, or glochidium. By the way, if you're getting some value out of this video, please like and share this video so that all of us can learn, unlearn, and relearn together. Also, please consider subscribing the channel and press the bell icon to get instant notification of all the upcoming videos. Next, let us look into the classification of phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca is the second largest phylum of invertebrates. The different classes of phylum Mollusca are class Aplacophora, class Monoplacophora, class Polyplacophora, class Gastropoda, class Scaphopoda, class Cephalopoda, class Pelecypoda. Let us start with the class Aplacophora. Aplacophorans are all marine and live in the deep sea or in benthic habitat. They are small, cylindrical, worm-like creatures. They lack calcareous shell. Instead, their mantle secretes tiny calcareous spicules. Foot is reduced and locomotion takes place by gliding movement with the help of cilia. Head is absent or poorly developed. They also lack excretory organs, arms, tentacles, and radula. Respiration in Aplacophorans is through appendages present in the posterior cavity. The circulatory system is open. The body fluid moves within sinuses. Nervous system is simple with well-developed cerebral ganglion. Aplacophorans are either male, female, or hermaphrodite. Depending upon the species, the mode of fertilization varies. Eggs may be fertilized in water or within the body of the female. Example, Solenogaster. Next is class Monoplacophora. Monoplacophorans are small, univalved, untotted, uncoiled, with a single cap-like shell that encloses the body. They are bilaterally symmetrical with undivided arch shell. In these vertebrates, some organs are repeated. Repeated organs include 3 to 6 pairs of gills or ctenidia and several nephridia. Head is reduced and eyes are absent, but the organisms show the presence of mouth, radula, tentacles, statocyst, mantle cavity, esophageal pouches, etc. The broad flat foot is covered by ciliated epidermis with retractor muscles. The muscular foot helps in locomotion and anchorage. The mouth cavity is large and the visceral mass is segmented. The tip of the shell is situated ventrally above the anterior margin. The shell plate covers the dorsal surface of the animal. Monoplacophorians possess a long alimentary system, gonads, and several paired excretory organs. Radula is present for piercing and sucking its prey. Nervous system is simple, consisting of 2 pairs of ganglia. During reproduction, both eggs and sperms are released into water and external fertilization takes place. Most species are dioecious. Neopilina belongs to class Monoplacophora. Next is class Polyplacophora or Amphineura. Members of this class are all exclusively marine, herbivores living in shallow waters. The head is reduced and there are no distinct eyes and tentacles. The dorsal surface is covered by 8 overlapping shell plates called valves surrounded by the girdle. The plates are composed of 2 distinct shell layers. Outer layer has high organic content while inner layer is calcareous. The mantle has a thick cuticle with spines or bristles. Chitons or chitons have a radula and a large muscular foot on the ventral side. Chiton belongs to class Polyplacophora, which are superficially bilaterally symmetrical and segmented. Internally, there is no segmentation. Visceral mass has a long looped alimentary system, bilobed gonad, and paired excretory organs. Nervous system is simple and lacks cerebral ganglion. The eggs are fertilized in water. They develop into free-swimming trochophore larvae with central band of cilia. They later metamorphose and settle at the bottom as young adults. Next is class Gastropoda. They are the largest group in the phylum Mollusca. They are univalved with a coiled or conical shell secreted by the mantle. Outer layer of shell known as periostracum is made of different proteins like collagen, and the inner layer is made up of calcium carbonate. They are found in all types of habitats and may be herbivores or carnivores. The shell shows a complete 180-degree rotation called torsion, due to which the body appears to be twisted. Pila, the apple snail, and Limax, the grey slug, both belong to class Gastropoda. In Pila, the lower whorl has a side aperture through which the head and foot can protrude out. The body of Limax is elongated and tapers posteriorly. The head shows the presence of a pair of sensory tentacles and a pair of stalked eyes. On the dorsal side, the mantle acts as a protective shield. The shell is thin and reduced. The mantle cavity helps in breathing. The members of class Gastropoda have a body with visceral hump, mantle, head and foot. The head and foot of the body can be withdrawn into the shell. The visceral hump is surrounded by the mantle cavity and contains respiratory, digestive and reproductive system. The mantle takes part in respiration and digestion. In certain species, the mantle is vascularized and help in maintaining water balance of the body. Certain marine species possess cilia which help to produce water current that pass through ctenidium and osphradium. The head shows the presence of eyes and tentacles and ganglionated nervous system. In certain species of snails, pulp is present in the mouth which help in capturing their prey. Mouth and anus lie on the same side. Fertilization may be external or internal. The male and female gamete fuse to form the zygote, from which a new individual arises. The development of zygote is indirect. It passes through trochophore larval stage and villager larval stage and finally metamorphose into a snail. The juvenile snail grows and reaches maturity and is ready for reproduction. Next is class Scaphopoda. Dentalium or the tusk shell belongs to class Scaphopoda. Scaphopods are mollusks with a tubular shell shaped like an elephant tusk. It is open at both ends. The head and foot extend through the wider ventral aperture of the shell. Head is short or rudimentary and lacks eyes. The retractile foot is conical and is used for digging into the ocean floor. A scapopod has thin tentacles with sticky ends called scaptacula for capturing food. Radula is short and stout. Posterior end has a large mantle cavity but Ctenidia and Osphradium are absent. Respiration occurs by mantle. The mantle is fused into a tube and surrounds the animal's body. Circulation of water around the mantle is with the help of cilia. The narrow open posterior end helps in respiration as well as in the outflow of gametes and waste products. Most members of the group are dioecious. The eggs and sperms are released into water. Fertilization is external. After fertilization, a free-swimming trochophore larva develops, followed by formation of a bilaterally symmetrical villager larva which metamorphoses within a week to form a young Scaphopod. Next is class Cephalopoda. Octopus, the devilfish, Sepia, the cuttlefish, and Loligo, the squid, all belong to class Cephalopoda. Cephalopoda are characterized by completely merged head and foot. They have muscular appendages extending from head and surrounding their mouth. The foot is modified partly into a funnel, which is part of the jet propulsion system used for swimming rapidly, and partly into a number of sucker-bearing arms that surround the mouth. The body of a cephalopod shows eyes, a mantle, a funnel, and a number of arms. The mantle is provided with strong muscles and it surrounds the visceral mass. Contraction of muscles of the funnel or siphon help the movement of water over the ctenidia. Cephalopods have a buccal cavity, a radula, and 2 pairs of salivary glands. The digestive tract consists of esophagus with crop, stomach, and cecum. The cecum possesses a diverticulum which acts as an ink gland. Locomotion takes place by jet propulsion, arms, or lateral fins. Cephalopods have a distinct head, a bilaterally symmetrical body, a well-developed complex nervous system, and coiled suckers. The epidermal cells, which are rich in chromatophore pigments, have the ability to change their color when in danger. Reflecting cells called iridocytes are also present in the skin. Cuttlefish or sepia have a hard internal shell-like structure called a cuttle bone. Squids or loligo have a more flexible internal structure while shell is lacking in octopus. The female possesses a single oviduct and the male produces spermatophores. During copulation, they are passed on to the female genital pore with the help of a modified arm known as hectocotylus. Internal fertilization takes place. The fertilized eggs may receive parental care as exhibited by octopus, or they may be left uncared for as in the case of squids and cuttlefish. The cephalopod eggs have good amount of yolk. Development of embryo is direct. Larval stages are totally absent and hence there is no metamorphosis. Next is class Pelecypoda or class Bivalvia. They are the second largest class of mollusk after the class Gastropoda. They are also referred to as bivalves. They include species with 2 shells hinged together, a soft body, and lamellated gills. Oyster, scallop, mussels are included in class Pelecypoda. Bivalves have two shells hinged together by a flexible ligament along the mid-dorsal line. It protects the soft body parts of the animal. Bivalves have a bilaterally symmetrical and laterally compressed body with a blade-like foot for digging. They lack head, radula, and jaws. The mantle lines both valves of the shell. The shell is made up of calcium carbonate. The outermost layer of shell, periostracum, is composed of conchyolin. The oldest part of the shell is called umbo, present on the dorsal side. The calcareous shells are called the left and right valves. The shells open only to pull water in and out of the body to get the supply of oxygen and food. The posterior leaf-like gills bring out exchange of gases and therefore help in respiration. As radula is absent, bivalves are suspension feeders. They use their gills to capture the microscopic phytoplanktons from the water. They also show the presence of sensory cells, the osphradium and the statocyst. Bivalves possess open circulatory system and the hemolymph bathes the organs. The digestive tract comprises of esophagus, stomach and intestine. A pair of nephridia acts as the excretory organs. Nervous system is not complex. It shows the presence of nerve network and a number of paired ganglia. In majority of the species, reproduction takes place when the males release the sperms into water and the females release their eggs into the water. So fertilization is generally external. The life cycle of bivalves include metamorphosis involving both trochophore larvae and villager larvae, followed by juvenile and adult stages. Finally, we shall learn about pearl formation. Oysters or mussels produce pearls. The pearl formation starts when a foreign body such as a sand grain or a small parasite slips into the oyster between the mantle and the shell. The mantle epithelium starts to secrete concentric layer of nacre around the irritant and protects the mollusk from it. It is composed of organic compound like conchyolin. More layers of nacre, also known as mother of pearls, are laid around the irritant and this produces a pearl. The shape of a pearl depends on the shape of the irritant nucleus around which the nacre is secreted. It also depends on whether a pearl has moved during its growth. Formation of irregular shaped pearls is due to the irregularly shaped nucleus of the irritant or shifting of pearl during its growth. The pearl produced by the pearl oyster Pinctada are of superior quality. So today we have learnt in detail about Phylum Mollusca, unique features of the different classes and also about pearl formation. I have some practice questions for you. Please share your answers in the comments section below. You can pause the video and write down the questions if you like. Thank you so much for your time and participation. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing the channel and press the bell icon to get instant notification of all the upcoming videos. Also, if you want to discuss any particular topic in biology, please mention that in the comments section below. I'll see you there. Goodbye. All the best.